we're going to put this structure into, we can call it our Triple A reset tool. So the first A is action. What is the action that you are going to commit to that's going to give you the best chance of winning? And again, that word commitment is really, really important. Not whether you did it, but whether you committed to it. So the tennis player goes, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to commit to tactically being aggressive. Cool. That's step one. Now, what's important with reset tools is, do you need to use them every single time, in between every single point, in between every single wave, in between at every stoppage? The answer is no. So we've got to ask, why would we use this tool? We use this tool if we can't satisfy step one. Step one is commit to the action. If you can commit to the action and you do that every time, you step up to the line, you commit, you do it, you review, you commit, you keep doing it. If you can commit to the action, if you can focus on the right thing at the right time, there's nothing to reset. So let's not say that we have to practice and do a reset tool every single time if there's nothing to reset. Focus on the thing. If you can do it, great. But as we've spoken about earlier, there are some things that happen that make it really difficult to commit to that helpful action. If we become aware that we're getting hooked, I like using the terminology hooked. If we notice we're becoming hooked by certain thoughts, feelings, or emotions, that's when we go, okay, I kind of need a step 2 on my reset tool. Or I kind of need to go to doing any sort of reset. So that is then becoming aware. And I think the easiest tool to becoming aware is noticing, and use yourself in third person. Go, I notice that Tom is feeling worried. Super simple, but using that language actually starts to get some distance, because I'm not my thought. I'm not my experience in that moment. Using the words, I notice that Tom is feeling worried, allows me to start making some room for this thing to be there. Step 2 then is going, let's now acknowledge that that's pretty normal. Yeah, I'm worried because I'm trying to reduce the uncertainty. I'm worried because it's important. I really want to win the point. I want to make the putt. I got all my mates looking at me, and that's really sometimes a bit overwhelming. Let's acknowledge that that is all part of it, and have this level of ability to open up and go, okay, I'm going to abandon attempts at controlling what's happening. I'm opening up, I'm allowing it to be there, okay? So we become aware, and we do that by noticing. We then have the second A, which is acknowledge. We're going to acknowledge that this is normal, and we're going to acknowledge that it's allowed to sit there. And you could interchange that with accept. You could go, well, I just think that it's really important that I accept that stuff's going on. I don't really like that word as much. I think this ability to open up and to allow it to be there is probably more the idea, and really surrendering to it being there, not trying to change it. And then finally, it's then going, okay, what's my next job? Shifting back to the first A, which is action. And so you can kind of see that it might start with action, and then you might go to, I got to acknowledge and accept, and then it comes back to action. At the end of the day, we've got to have some sort of action that we're committing to. And so we go through this process, these steps, if we need to reset in the moment. And you can do that very quickly. And all those steps are going to become a lot easier the more you practice your awareness, the more you practice your opening up and really accepting the situation of what's happening, and more you have the ability to shift your attention back to those actions. But all athletes and competitors can quickly do that Triple A reset tool. But when to do it is really important. And that's going to be dependent on your sport and what you think is easy and workable for you.